Welcome to the Commercial Kitchen Chronicles, the podcast dedicated to the commercial food equipment repair industry. My name is Pat Finley. I'm a lead master certified technician at General Parts Group and a certified successor trainer. Our goal is to shine a light on what we believe to be one of the most interesting and rewarding industries a field service technician can work in. We love the work we do, and we are glad you're listening to this podcast. In this episode, we have Ryan with TradesOverCollege. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Commercial Kitchen Chronicles. Tonight we got a full house. I've got Jason and Rich joining myself as we have very special guest Ryan with TradesOverCollege on, and we're going to talk about, joining the trades. So what's going on, everybody?
What's up, Pat? What's up? Thank you for this opportunity and having me on here tonight.
Hey, I'm glad to have you on.
Welcome.
You're making quite a little bit of stir in the social media game. You're kind of blowing up there pretty fast. So
yeah, I'm trying.
It's pretty cool to meet you. Pretty cool to meet you at AHR, hang out a little bit. We see you at Tactical Awards and on the show floor. I think you were a little bit everywhere. You had a little GoPro strapped on you. You're getting some interviews. You were all over the place, man.
Yeah. Yeah, likewise, man.
We got Leroy in the chat today. What?
Wow, he's up late. Now. It's like what? 1 a.m. there.
What time is it over there, Leroy?
He's in the UK, so he's like 5 hours, 4 hours. He's up.
Oh wow!
So some of our friends from over at Feast. So Brett, he knows what that's on.
Worldwide.
So, yeah, we're getting there. So
yeah, we heard about you from Leroy first and foremost. He was like, "Yo, check out this." I was like, "What?" And that's in our little private group chat. You came up, so yeah. Shout out for that.
It is 1 a.m. over there. Holy crap!
Almost bedtime.
Almost. Yeah, he's.
So here's the thing, though. It's 1 a.m. and this is the first time he's been in our audience live. So that means it's got nothing to do with the three of us.
No, yeah.
That's for Ryan. Then that's cool.
That's
osmosis.
My feelings are hurt.
Yo, I'm
if I leave the group chat, it's not for
you, man.
Yeah, because he did bring it up. Brought you up, and I was like, I was kind of mad because you followed Rich somewhere, but not me. I was like, come on, man. I was like, he can't be on the show. No, I'm just kidding.
The love's been crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So
let's briefly tell everybody who you are, where you live, if you want to, and like what's going on. What are you doing right now?
Yeah, so my name's Ryan. I live in Staten Island, New York. I currently go to school at HVACR in New Jersey. So before I enrolled to this trade school, I went to 4 to 5 different trade schools, a couple in New York and a couple in Jersey. And I was scoping out all the schools. I would sit in the classroom in each school for the day, see what the vibe is. And I would make sure that they do 50-50 theory and hands-on. And a couple of them were mostly theory, so I crossed them off my list right away. And I also didn't want a really large classroom. I work better in a smaller environment, more one-on-one learning. So I wound up going to Jersey. It's a 45-minute drive, not too bad. And we do 50-50 hands-on and theory. And we're on track to get up to 8 certifications.
Nice.
By July.
What certifications are those?
So the EPA Universal, of course, OSHA 30, R410A, the flammable refrigerant. We did the heat pump, basic electric. There's a couple more I'm trying to remember.
Dang.
Hopefully I remember.
Is that like a 5-day? So you go to school every single day then?
So it's Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Dang, that's pretty good. I like that.
Is that a diploma certificate or an associate's?
No, it's just a certification, but it's a 1-year program, but it's an accredited program. So this 1 year counts as 1 year of experience in the field.
Excellent. Over there in New York, I know there's a lot. I run in some circles online and LinkedIn, especially. A lot of the the New York cats, they put you through all kinds of state certifications, and you get your photo. Looks like a mugshot. They're like not playing around, like unions and all that stuff. Is that what you're going to get into, staying in that area? Or are you going to take the show on the road once you get your stuff and go around the country or move around?
I honestly have no idea right now.
Not that far yet. That's cool.
I just applied to a couple of federal and state unions, so nice. I'll see how that goes.
I like that.
Nice.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
you're only 18 years old, correct?
Yeah, just turned 18 in June.
Dang. So fresh out of high school, right into this. That's cool.
Yeah, right out the gate.
So was someone else in your life in the trades or anything, or you just didn't want to do college?
No, actually, I'm pretty much first generation. Besides my grandfather, he was a mechanic. My mom's works in the hospital, and my dad's an accountant. So I basically did my research, watched a lot of YouTube videos. Like I said, I would sit in the classrooms, see what it's all about. I tried shadowing a couple of companies, but they told me it's a liability. So also, I wanted to make it clear that you don't have to go to trade school. You could find a local job or a union apprenticeship, and they could even pay you to go to school after that. So it's not necessarily needed to go to trade school.
That's a great point.
That is a good point. I would consider
Yep.
those apprenticeships trade school. In my opinion, they're just paying for it,
Yeah.
and it's more of an in-house. And I heard those can be even more strenuous,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
vigorous. You know,
Yeah,
I
'cause you
just
getting
heard
hands
that
on
in
from day
certain
one.
I just heard that in certain states it's harder for others to get that opportunity compared to like bigger cities.
That's a good point. And where I'm from, the unions pick up once a year. I'm actually looking into it for my son. My youngest son, he's wanting to be a plumber, so I'm trying to get him lined up so when he graduates this summer, he can roll straight into working with some a union shop and then get on the books, and he can start school
Yeah.
hopefully in the fall. So
Yeah.
I've got 3 kids, and I'm gonna be honest, none of them want anything to do with college. My youngest is probably the smartest. He's got over a 4 point. He's got like a 4.17 or something. Every day I go to the mailbox and there's college letters there, and he doesn't want nothing to do with any of it. So,
I remember you telling me that at AHR. Yeah, as soon as I opened those college applications, they said write 3 essays and stuff. I closed that shit right there.
yeah.
Bro, that's what happened to me. Like, I graduated high school, barely because I hated school. And then I looked around. I said, I hated all these years I went to school for free, and now y'all want me to pay to go to school?
Yeah.
I was like, nah, that ain't gonna work. That ain't it.
It's all a scam by the government. They just need those loans keep coming out so they could keep up with all their.
I like this dude.
Yeah.
dude, did you
Well,
say some sort of
but
conspiracy thing? You're in, man.
We're not gonna get into politics here.
No, but
Oh, we can if you want.
this is coming from Mr. HR.
Yeah, right.
Hey, we don't have to throw names around here, man.
Human resource.
For real,
awesome.
Jason sending us out protocols on how to address people.
So what made you choose HVACR?
Yeah, so basically after doing lots of research for a few months, I realized that HVACR, there's a lot of opportunity within this trade. We basically learn a little bit of everything, plumbing, electrical, you name it. You learn along the way, and you keep learning more and more. You never stop. As well as don't forget the R, refrigeration. That's a big one. I know you guys are big with the kitchen and all that. There's definitely a lot of money to be made in that, and it's really overlooked.
Yep, that's how we got started. It kind of was like, we're considered HVACR technicians, and but we do the kitchen stuff mainly, and there really wasn't a whole lot of people out there showing what we did, and I kind of got started, and I ran into Jason and Rich, and it's kind of morphed into what we do now. But it's part of the HVACR world, and
Yeah.
like you said, you can do absolutely everything, man. I do electrical, plumbing, refrigeration, dish machines. I mean, it's everything. It's a pretty wide spectrum of work you can do.
For sure.
Definitely.
So, what's a typical day look like at school for you? So you get there at 8. Break down your normal day.
So I usually wake up. I try to hit the gym sometimes in the morning before school at like 6, if not after school at 3. So we start off the day with hands-on for half the day. Then we go into our theory class. And then my teacher takes me on some of his side jobs a couple of times a week. I get some more hands-on experience there. It just never stops. Come home, edit videos, always working on something.
Yeah, I seen your post. They had you crammed in a cooler the other day.
Yeah.
I was like, the top comes off, right? Because that's how I gotta
I
do
got
it.
stuck.
I was just jealous I can't fit in there. So
Yeah. We didn't want to do all of that. I said I'll just hop in.
yeah, those tops are. I mean, they come off, but they're a pain to get back on, and they leak after you get them off. You don't seal them up and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty cool, different aspect of it. So what all have you guys done so far in school? I know this is your first semester, correct?
Not really first. I've been in for 4 or 5 months already.
Oh, okay.
We don't. Yeah.
Just a year, not a semester type thing. So
Yeah. We don't really do semesters. We just keep going along like units and the textbook and stuff.
that's cool. That's
Nice.
cool. So it's a year-long program, you said. So that's not bad at all.
So you're halfway through that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Do you have any opportunity to do a little bit of side work? Controlled environment, maybe help somebody in the field.
Yeah.
Or that's cool.
Like I said, my teacher takes me on some of his side jobs. This summer I'm planning to. There's this 40-year-old in my class. We're planning to do side jobs in the summer. He has a truck, and then
Wait, back up. Why you say it like that, bro? Why you say there's this 40-year-old in my class? Like what you got against 40-year-olds, bro?
Because
you said it like
no,
like,
I
like
didn't.
we
I didn't make
Does
it.
this 40-year-old
I didn't wanna
have a
make it sound
name?
Like
He's like, no names. We don't put anyone out there. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That was a good description. Some old guy. Gotcha.
I
That's
didn't want to
funny.
make it sound like I'm going out with some little kid.
But you ain't got to sound like it's like you're going with a senior citizen, neither.
We're just.
I'm just messing with you, bro.
We're just
40,
at it.
bro.
Yeah, we're all 40, so we're taking
Oh,
offense to that one. No, you're good.
I don't think Rich is 40. Rich, aren't you like 39 and a half,
39.
3/4?
Yeah,
Mm,
Three-quarters.
You guys are in your 20s. You're good.
I
Mentally.
mentally, that's a weird thing, man. Like, I don't feel like I age mentally, but my body says differently.
Yeah.
I still feel like I'm 20 years old in my head, but man, I can't.
I tried to bust a move yesterday, like Saturday Night Fever, just to play around with my kids, and I'm feeling it today. I can barely lift my left arm. Like they're all joshing me over it now. Painful.
That's funny. So, what are some of the important lessons you've learned so far? This year in training in school. Anything you think that you didn't think you would have learned, or something that's a valuable part of what you do every day?
Some important lessons is definitely don't overcomplicate things. Sit down, look at the basics, try to understand how everything actually operates. Once you understand the fundamentals, everything basically flows. So really try to understand it. Don't just do it, because by doing it, you're not going to go far by just doing it to do it. Take pride in what you do. Sit there, read the book extra, stay longer, ask the teacher questions, and just really don't overcomplicate things. Once you know the basics, you can work on any size piece of equipment. It's basically all the same concept.
Correct.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. Sequence of operations is always point.
We say that all the time in all of our stuff. I try to stress to people the basics will get you through 80 to 90% of anything you run into. It's very rare that what you're doing goes, outside the basic and the fundamental stuff. And then, like you said too, asking questions, staying late. So many people don't do that these days, but you're not going to get good if you don't.
Yeah, that's what I tell my son all the time.
Yeah, I'm the only one that.
Yep, I tell my son all the time. He's like, "How do you get to where you're at?" And I said, "It's because I do the things no one else will do. Take the time to learn on my own, learn outside of work. I take the opportunities that are given to me at work, but I also, if there's something I can't figure out, I'm gonna come home and I'm gonna figure it out on my own. So if you have that kind of mindset, you're gonna go far and you're gonna do good things. You're gonna make some good money."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and unfortunately, a lot of people are not like that. They're just satisfied where they are. But everyone's different.
It drives me nuts, man.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
it really should, because it's not you, it's not me, it's them, it's their life. But I mean, they can do more if they apply themselves, and they're just happy where they're at. So I've been trying to live by, stop expecting yourself and others, because
See, my thing is though, like a lot of people will look at me and they're like, "Man, you're really good, whatever, whatever." And I'm like, it's not that I'm really good. I just try a little harder than everybody else does. Like I'm not better than you. I just put that much more effort into what I'm doing. Like if you tried a little bit more, like just a hair more, you'd be like 10 times better. And people just seem to not get that concept. I don't know if they think like, some people are born with it and some aren't, but it's like, no, if you just put that much more effort, you'll be infinitely better than you are.
Yeah, and I would
Totally,
also add that,
100% agree.
everybody talks about work-life balance and everyone's entitled to that. But if you want to be really good at what you're doing, you need to put some work in the front end, and I've been a tech for just 8 years or so. Now I'm in management, but man, I was grinding then, not just for respect, for credibility when I talk about what I'm talking about. I've never had intention of wanting to be a technician for, 10, 20 years. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's people that do a whole career as technicians and they're killing it, and they've forgotten more than I'll probably ever know, to be honest with you, because I've tried to transition out of that and go into leadership and whatnot. But you have to make some sacrifices. That work-life balance and taking it easy, that's later, but you got to sacrifice first, and you got to put your time in if you want to be respected and taken credibly when you speak. And that's really important, because if you're talking about something, you're going to want to put your time in, and everyone's time comes, so just keep doing what you're doing, put the extra time in. And I've been listening to some of your stuff. You're an entrepreneur. You juggle a lot of different things, and that's gonna serve you well, in this, when you want to be in a boss like Rich is going to be and whatnot, and where he's working on, which I can admire and I look up to, and maybe that's going to be my path someday, and I have him to look at. So you're doing good stuff, man. Just stay humble and keep grinding and put your time in.
Definitely, man. I have a lot of work left to do. I need to perfect my craft. Just keep pushing.
So, which do you feel that you learn better from, hands-on or the theory, the book stuff? Which appeals more to you?
Definitely hands-on. I'm not really a big reader, but I'm trying to work on that. I'm trying to set a goal to read at least 30 minutes to an hour every day before bed. I need to start putting a lock on the social media apps because they can get addicting.
We got HVAC Tactical in the audience too today.
Yeah,
let's give a shout out to Ben.
Hey,
oh, bro,
what's up, Ben?
All these people that Ryan's bringing into our audience today is making me kind of insecure.
I hung out with Ben last week. We had some fun on a little scavenger hunt. I don't know if you guys seen the pictures.
Super cool.
Yeah.
See the picture, me in that little car, and we had a fun night.
Did you go to that, Ryan? Did you go down there to the Central Therm?
You guys were in Florida, right? No,
yeah, we were at the Central Therm event in Miami. It was pretty crazy.
I didn't get an invite.
Don't
feel bad. I didn't get one either, bro. But my compadre was there.
It started months ago, so it was like a build up thing. Just to definitely follow him for next year or 2 years. Next
Quentin's got a good comment in there that you may want to highlight.
Definitely looked like a dope event.
My bad. Go ahead.
You want to read that?
You gotta.
So you gotta have friends in this biz too. And two, Jesus Feliciano just helped me out of a bind with an inverter swap on an Middleby. Sent no diagram switch from Reliance to Invertech. Camaraderie. Dang, is key. That was terrible. So yeah, 100%. You gotta have friends in this industry. That's how me and Jason really hooked up. Jason asked me questions. Good.
Networking is your number one strength you could have. You can really go far by networking. Just spark that conversation. Even when I go to the gym every day, I see someone with a plumbing hoodie, I go up to him right away, start talking to him, and just a little stuff like that. You see a truck around you, go up to the guy, make a conversation.
100%. I've been on job sites with techs from different companies, and we're sharing tools and stuff with each other. You know what I mean? So we don't have to run out to the van. And he's like, "Yo, you got a 5/16? Yeah, here's my 5/16. Hey, bro, let me borrow them channel locks real quick," and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's a very friendly business. If you're friendly, if you're a prick and you try to be a know-it-all, or you look at everybody as your competition, you ain't gonna go nowhere.
Yeah, competition. That's a no.
Definitely does.
There's enough work out there where you don't have to. Even if
Yep.
they're your competition, you can still be friends with them. I mean, at the end of the
Yeah.
day,
Yeah.
there's enough out there for everyone to get along, or we wouldn't be in such high demand as we are now. So, I mean, treat everybody with respect, unless they're just a total D-bag, and then that's a different conversation. But
Yeah.
But Pat was saying, this is how I'm on this show just because I met Pat through me reaching out to him and asking him for some help on a Garland grill, and he reached out to me. And I mean, just being humble and me calling a stranger out of the blue, I'm like, hey, do you mind helping me? And this is where we are, a year or so, almost 2 years now, just from that relationship. Relationships, everything. And you've probably heard this already. It's not your net worth, it's your network. The net worth will come later, but you have to stand on the shoulders of giants to get there. So it's definitely about your network.
Definitely.
100%.
That's great to hear. The internet is definitely a powerful tool these days, especially social media. You could connect with hundreds and hundreds of people. Like, there's endless opportunities out here. You just have to be hungry, go and get it. And like Ben says, it's a mindset.
Yeah. And stay away from those Instagram bots. They're not real.
Wow. Jason's on one tonight.
Are you trying to throw subs to anyone on here?
No.
I'm talking to the audience. I'm talking to everyone. This will get replayed again. Focus. People like to make fun of TikTok. So I'll show people my TikTok. They're like, it's for dancing and kids. I'm like, I'll show them my TikTok. I got a lot of videos. Every last one of them is about the trades. That's, I got my Facebook for some close friends, but for the most part, it's for family and things like that. But, my Instagram, my TikTok, my LinkedIn, all those things, I'm on there for industry related stuff, so, but of course there's going to be distractions. And that's all I'm saying. There's a lot of distractions out there, and it's not just bots and, stuff that we shouldn't be looking at, but there's businesses that pay to get your attention and try to get you to buy their stuff and believe their beliefs. So just stay focused is all I'm saying.
Makes sense.
Definitely.
So what's the most memorable thing or the coolest thing you've done so far, doing your schooling and side work and stuff like that? What's something that stands out in your mind?
Coolest thing, definitely learning the refrigeration side of things. Like I said, I don't know if I mentioned already, my teacher mostly does refrigeration. So it's definitely cool learning about all these refrigerants and how there's so many different refrigerants out there. It's crazy. And how they all mean something. They all boil at a different temperature, and you could go on and on.
Yeah. Have you messed around with any R290 yet or R600?
No, I'm a newbie still.
That's where it gets fun.
So when that cert comes around, are they going to have you guys in a controlled environment where you can work on those hydrocarbons?
Yeah, I believe so. We didn't get up to that yet.
His certs probably maybe A2Ls, like the new, HVAC refrigerants. I'm not sure. Are you guys going to cover R290 or R600?
I believe so.
It's fun, man. I love it. I've caught some grief here the last couple of days on some stuff I put on social media.
Dude, I thought you were gonna break the internet, but it seemed like me stitching your video broke the internet.
Yeah, you took over that one and took the shade off me. I appreciate that, but people just don't understand it, man. Everyone's like freaking out about A2Ls. I'm like, dude, I've been doing A3s for years. This is nothing. I'll take that. It's just like everything else. I mean. So, but no, the A3 stuff's pretty cool. I love the propane, man. You don't have to reclaim it. You can dump it, purge,
it's
go.
So easy to work on. Yeah.
Even if you have to take your taps off, it's not hard to pinch it off, and it takes a little bit to get used to, but there's nothing major with it, man.
And you're
just
not
follow the proper procedures. You're good, man. Yeah, don't let people scare you.
Just follow. What is that new refrigerant coming out in 2025 again?
I'm not sure. There's a bunch of different ones.
Yeah, there's so many coming out right now.
Yeah. I don't follow a whole lot of the AC side of stuff until I'm forced to, just because I don't do it every day. Nothing against it. I just don't do it every day.
So I would definitely capture that content while you're in class if they allow you. That might playing with that might be a little touchy. That you might want to play that content after the fact in case anything starts sparking or anything.
Yeah.
But do they allow you to capture as much content as you want while you're in class, as long as you're participating?
Yeah, I can do anything I want.
Okay, you got a cool teacher, buddy. That's good.
Yeah.
So, did the content thing? So, I know you mentioned your school a couple times. They don't care, so they're all probably about it, trying to get some more, some more students brought in, stuff like that. I imagine.
They even threw me a couple bucks to make a commercial for this.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Oh man, school hasn't paid me since I was on like the student council. That's cool. They probably cut you a little check, huh? That's nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Dude's working ankles everywhere.
Yeah, right.
Well, he did say he was an entrepreneur, so you want to cover that a little bit, like what you've done in the past, to your little entrepreneurial spirit, what you've done and some of the things you've maybe sold or worked on, that kind of stuff.
So basically, I was in a corporate center program all of middle school and high school. So that's where I really learned my base and everything, how to create business models, all of that fun stuff. We would make mock-up businesses. We would create products. We would have a CEO, COO, all of that good stuff. Then we would go out to trade shows, present it in front of judges. And that's how it really sparked for me. And then when COVID started, we went remote for school. So I started selling sneakers and clothing. I would log in to school on my phone, run around the city, buying sneakers, selling, trading, you name it. And now a couple years ago, I opened my LLC, and I've been pushing ever since, selling on e-commerce platforms.
Nice.
That's cool. I always end up watching some guys on TikTok. They're either selling shoes or they're selling watches. There's some dude, he's in New York, I think, and he's always hustling on some watches. He'll buy it from somebody, he goes down the road and sells it for like $500 to $1,000 more. I'm like, how? I'm like, is this set up or what?
I feel like some of those are set up.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they are, but it's
either that or
entertaining.
gimbals. They always sell gimbals on like the TikTok shop and stuff.
Yeah.
So Ryan, is that accent New York? A New York accent? What's that accent?
We from New York.
So all right. So what are some of your biggest challenges when you come up on something new in class or you haven't worked on or unfamiliar? What holds you back, if anything, or like what do you do to overcome those challenges?
Like I said earlier, I try not to overcomplicate things. Know what you know, and you go from there. Also, reading schematics, that's a big thing. If you know how to read the schematics, you understand all the symbols, you really shouldn't have much difficulty.
Yeah.
I give you a schematic to make you hate life. Give them a rationale or a combo term. It's like 20 pages.
I'll be honest. I suck at reading schematics. I can read them just good enough to figure out what I need to check. But besides that, I'm like, no. Yeah,
those rationale, those combo term, man. It's like one page has like one piece of equipment and it has like numbers. And like it tells you to go to this page. And dude, you can like lay them out and make a map and it's huge. But it's just, I can't do it, man. I just start following wires just because those schematics are so confusing. Anything is German engineered, you can throw out the window.
Real quick, because Nasty asked this a while back.
About to put that up.
Overwhelming.
Nasty wants to know, do you wear Crocs to school?
Yep.
Everybody who comes on the show has to talk about if they wear Crocs or not.
I make sure to put them on sports mode.
Sports mode. He locks them in 4-wheel drive. That's great.
I'm gonna get myself a pair of safety toe ones.
I'm never gonna wear Crocs.
My buddy has the Hey Dudes with the steel toe inserts in them.
What? I got 3 pair of Hey Dudes. I don't know they had those. I'm gonna get those.
I'll send you a link. I'll send you a link on TikTok. The guy that sells the inserts.
I need a 6-inch top, like boot top, with the steel toe Hey Dudes. I'd rock them.
That's funny. So you've mentioned a couple times about don't overcomplicate things. I had a question about what advice would you give someone getting into this, and it sounds like you already hit that a couple times. Just don't overcomplicate things. Take your time and learn sequence operations. Is there anything else you want to add to that?
I mean, really, like, especially in the servicing side of things, sequence of operations is key. Don't just start all over the place. Make sure you have a rhythm of how you want to run things. Start at one thing and you go from there and check off the bullets as you go. Don't just play around and mess around with random stuff. That's going to take you double the time.
100%. Yeah, process is key when you're troubleshooting. 100%.
Yeah, I've got a guy help out quite a bit.
Yeah.
He I don't know what it is, man, but he goes in the complete wrong direction. And I'm like, that doesn't even go, it's kind of frustrating, but I know he's new at it and he's young, but it's like, no,
Yeah.
like, no, that's you can't get any further off base where we need to be right now, bud. It is not my son.
I mean,
so
at
I'll
that
just
point,
say that.
you're just at that point you're just playing the guessing game, and that shows you don't really understand what you're doing.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but
I work with a few of those guys. It's not igniting, must be the ignition box. Didn't check nothing. Must be the ignition box. Not cooling, must be the cap tube. Yeah, exactly, Jason.
I see that all the time.
load the parts cannon, man. Load the
See
parts
that all the
cannon.
time in school.
I think they'd be there with a quarter or something. Okay. Heads ignition module, tails thermostat.
You saying, Ryan?
Order everything, in that circuit and hope for the best.
I work with that guy too.
So Ryan, where do you think you're going to end up in this industry? Because again, you could be in restaurants working on everything. You could find yourself commercial, just working on rooftop units and chillers. You can find yourself in residential. You're trying to stay away from residential.
Which if
you're
you
trying
want
to
to
be
be
commercial, industrial. What are you trying to be? What do you want to do?
And let me just throw this in there real quick. If you want to be a real man, you go to the restaurant equipment. Just saying.
Thanks, Dad.
You guys
What do you
are
see
funny.
yourself?
So basically, to the apprenticeships I applied, they're mainly commercial, industrial. So my goal is to first learn the commercial, industrial side of things, as well as refrigeration, kitchen. They all go hand in hand, because I feel once you can do these large equipments, you can really knock out anything else after that. And my goal is, after I finish the 5-year apprenticeship, hopefully I could start a business.
That's what's up.
That's cool. That's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I started shots fired. I started off as an electrician and I got into hot side, and then eventually I started refrigeration and HVAC. And what I found really cool is I started on the hot side, but like I'd go work on the HVAC unit. I'm like, this is the same ignition module as this brand oven. This is the same flame sensor as a South Bend oven or a Garland oven. I'm like, it's the same parts. It does the same stuff, whether it's in an HVAC unit or an oven or a grill or a fryer. It all does the same thing. So once you get it figured out one place, you can figure it out anywhere else with the help of a diagram or, just knowing how stuff works. It's amazing.
For sure. I also want my other goal is to get a license in electrical and plumbing as well.
New York or just wherever you're living?
Yeah, we'll see. Probably New York, New Jersey, East Coast for now.
Nice. So you like that weather up there, that snow, or you want to get your feet, in the sand down here?
We didn't really get much snow these past few years. Only a couple inches.
Oh, okay.
It was a weak winter here, man. It was warm. It was like 60 degrees at Christmas. We've got snow one time and it didn't last long. I mean, it got super cold for like a week, but generally it stays cold for a while. So
yeah, for us it's not that bad. It's like 30s, 40s.
Yeah, I'll take that.
I'll take palm trees. Just saying.
Yeah.
So I noticed like at AHR, I think you were like right under 1,000, and then AHR Expo was over, and you were like 4,700 or something. I'm like, man, this kid's taking off. You were putting into work though.
No, at
Instagram.
At AHR, I think I was out like 5,000 on Instagram.
Yeah,
by the time you left, yeah, he was putting into work, man. If you've seen somebody, he was there interviewing them, talking to them, learning about products, man. I don't think anybody covered as much ground as he did.
I was running everywhere. I didn't even sit down once any of those days.
He worked his
did.
poor teacher to death.
I couldn't help it.
No, my teacher got tired. He had to go sit down. I kept going.
He's like, this is a young man's thing.
That's funny.
And I can agree with him because it caught up to me. I needed
He-
a seat.
he-
I almost asked for a
yeah.
wheelchair,
He
but you know.
he went sat down at a couple meetings.
Yeah, staying up late will get you. I'm not a late person, man. So I just kind of roll that over into there. You can get in trouble at some of these places, and not me, man.
Not me, man.
So what
Did you do any classes? There was a lot of classes there, and unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to do a single one.
No, I didn't have time. I
I didn't really get a
You stayed
chance.
on hitting the floor,
hit the
mingling.
floor, hitting booths, and trying to make some connections
Yep.
and create some content and stuff like that. Ooh,
Yep.
Ben has a question. Ben, my wife thinks this too.
My
Is this a
teacher's
thing?
my teacher's my second dad.
Your second dad, not your for real dad.
Yeah.
My wife's she's like, I think his teacher's his dad. I was like, I don't know.
He doesn't look anything like me.
I didn't think so either because I was videoing you when you were talking to Adrian, and you point out your teacher. So I panned over to him. Like, he doesn't look like him at all.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got the same accent.
Not at all.
No, he's
Not
not from
at
New
all.
York.
No.
Nope.
So Jersey people don't have the accent. Is he from Jersey?
No, they do. He's from Jersey.
Nice,
Okay.
nice.
Yeah, all them northern people got accents, bro. It's not like here in the South. We don't have accents. Up there, they got accents.
Fair enough.
Shots
Yeah, we know.
fired, man.
Whatever.
I'm on a
He's a-
roll tonight. I'm gonna have an HR problem when we get off the air.
Yeah, man.
Jason's
already
gonna
writing
write
you
me
up,
up.
He's writing notes down.
Give
over
him the
there.
boot.
I am.
Mm.
Capotate.
At least it's not me. I don't know what he's saying, but Rich knows. That's funny. So what's going on in the comments? We got anything? Everybody's behaving over there. It's nothing
What's up,
crazy.
Adrian, Ben, everybody? What's up?
So I'm trying to think. What else? Anything else you want to talk about? You want to get off your chest there, guys?
Anyone got any questions, comments, concerns, constructive criticism? Drop it all.
I got
No.
plenty of criticism. Not for you though.
Dude, it's been a
Hey,
rough,
if it's-
man.
If
And
it's
it's not
constructive
constructive.
criticism, I'm off.
It's not constructive and it's not for you, so don't worry. Let me stop.
So I'm looking at your Instagram here. He's got 8,571 followers,
Guys, get me to 10,000.
and he's only following 498. And I'm on that list, so I feel special. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that.
No
Yo, he's got all
problem.
the major players that we run the same circles we run in. Good stuff, man.
Yeah,
Good
for
stuff.
real.
Keep doing what you're doing, bro. You're making a difference, and you are inspiring because there are
Thank you.
lots of kids. You mentioned earlier about that you were intentional about picking the college you went to because some were a lot of theory. So we've
Yeah.
interviewed quite a few students pre-graduation, and we've hired a few and found out that their college was all YouTube. Like they literally sat in class and watched YouTube. And I went to 2 technical colleges, and it
wow.
was like 75% hands-on. I didn't know it was anything else, but
Yeah.
this was 2010 to 2014, so, and I'm literally talking to these kids, and they're not all kids. Some of them are, they've already retired from the military or something, and this is their second life. And they're just like, yeah, it's really a lot of YouTube, and a lot of the equipment we have were donated and whatnot. And we're doing modules and maybe some of those interplay modules where they're kind of interactive. And it's just a little, it's disappointing, to that for the money, because I think
Yeah.
my facilities degree was 18 grand. I think my HVAC degree was 15 grand. And thank God I went into the trades because I was able to knock them both out. paid them right off, like within 2 years of being in the trades. But it's a little disappointing to see people spend even more now. It's even more expensive in some places, and just sit there and watch YouTube. I mean, shit, excuse my language. You can go get your own EPA, grab a book from Johnstone, and go work for someone and get that, I'm glad to hear that you're being intentional about your education, and you go and you check these out. You're dating them, right? And you're like, no, you're not good enough. You're not good enough. Okay, you're good enough. So, kudos to you for being intentional about your education.
Absolutely.
Yeah, when you go there, you have to interview the school too. Don't just settle for the first school you go to.
So, it's just like a job.
Yeah.
Just like a job. You need to interview them. There's less of us, and they need us. So you get to be the hot girl, the hot chick.
Yeah. I see lots of young guys, they just show up to the first school they go to, sign the papers right there, and then they complain how bad the school is. I mean,
absolutely.
Most of these schools are poorly run. That's why I understand why a lot of people think that going to trade school is a waste of time. That's why I'm really trying to empower the younger generation, and hopefully one day I could open my own schools.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So I teach a refrigeration class once or twice a year, and it's like a week-long class. It's basic, but when I first got there, it was like 75-80% book and slides, PowerPoint. It was excruciating to sit through. The first one I sat through, and the reason they brought me in is they wanted to change it. So when I teach it, I'm 50-50. I'd rather be like 75 hands-on and like 25 book, but there's just so much stuff that we have to cover in a week that I really have to pound a lot of stuff on the book or the slides. But I can fully see everybody learns differently, because even in my class, I'll have 12 to 16 guys for a week, and it's just trying to figure out how every guy learns is a full 2 days of the class, and then trying to catch up after that, it's hard.
Yeah. Real quick, Leroy said what I've been thinking this whole episode.
Leroy still up?
Yeah, and he wants to know, are you sure you're only 18? Because I work with dudes that are 35 and 45 years old that they don't got half the sense that you got, bro.
And that's compliment right there.
Half the commitment or half the dedication, bro.
Ryan's 18.
I've been thinking the same thing the whole night. I'm like, he's lying. Pull out his birth certificate, and he's like 43. He just looked young.
I'll pull out my ID right now.
Ryan, let me say something again. Let me just add to what Leroy is saying.
Is not that common these days.
Exactly.
So let me add to that. So you're figuring it out now. I'll be honest. I got my GED at 30 years old. Yeah. Then I went to these technical colleges, and I'm killing it. So everybody, like Ben said earlier, everybody learns different. Everyone has their time, and I think it's a big blessing that you're recognizing this early, and that you're going after it now, because what's done is done. But I do have my days, and you won't have to have these days, where I look back and I'm like, man, if I just did this right out of high school at 18 or 19, and and did that for the first 4 years, where would I be now? And then I also think that God was keeping me from having 6-figure income, was how wild I was at that age. So I didn't need that money, right? But I look at those things, and I try to pour into younger folks and be like, listen, you're going to want to do something different, and not just me looking back. I can say, hey, there are people out there your age that are killing it right now. Go look up, TradesOverCollege, stuff like that. Yeah. So you're giving us tangible resources. So you got to keep doing what you're doing. Don't disappoint us. You put yourself out there. Sure. Don't disappoint us, because I will come back for you. I'm gonna keep putting you up there. Like, look at this kid. He's doing great. So let me find out you end up on the news.
When the HR guy starts threatening people, it's real.
I digress.
This is just the beginning, guys.
Yeah, we're having fun with you, man. But it's good to see the youth do this, man. You're killing it. And good job,
but at least you took that step, and you started, like you said, when you were 30. But it's never too late, as long as you take that jump. It's okay to step outside of your comfort zone, and that's what a lot of people are scared to do. It's important to step outside of the comfort zone. Like me, I didn't know if I would like working with my hands. I never had the opportunity to, but I went out there, I stepped outside of my comfort zone, and look where I am now.
I got a coworker, he's my age, so he's like 38, 39. he spent most of his career managing hotels. He went from that to being a bartender. And then he went from that to kind of not knowing what he wanted to do the rest of his life to becoming a PM tech. And then he went to our corporate training, and technically now he's a tech one, an entry level tech. And he's got so much potential just because he wants to do good and he wants to take care of people. So yeah, it's just that it don't matter, what age you're at. For me,
Yep.
and this comment kind of, irritates people. I say when they're like, if you could tell yourself, your younger self something, like if you could give your younger self advice, what would it be? I'm like, I would go back to my 16-year-old self, say, drop out of high school, get your GED, and go to trade school. I mean, that's just me being blunt.
Yep.
But regardless of that, it doesn't matter how old you are. Yeah, you can take the leap, and you've still got a whole bunch of potential.
Totally. 100%.
Just got to start. Just got to start.
So Gil with
Yep.
HVAC
Start.
Uncensored has a pretty good piece of advice. He said, if you want to start a business, try to take some business classes. You could be the best technician in the world, but it doesn't make you a good business owner. Piece of advice I wish that he had learned. So yeah, I mean, just because you can fix anything in the world doesn't mean you can run a business, man. I know tons of people.
That's definitely important. You have to understand how everything works. You have to know how to manage people. You have to be patient, especially if you have employees. You have to be patient. Explain to them step by step.
And there's a lot of free content on how to run a business and stuff too that you can be consuming now until you decide to make that leap and kind of get your mindset right.
Yeah.
That's why I think he needs to jump on LinkedIn. I think he could meet people now.
Need to jump on LinkedIn.
Ryan's not on LinkedIn?
I am, but I don't post anything.
Okay, let's start posting, buddy.
Especially if you're in that mindset where you want to own a business, you want to do that.
Yeah, there are people on there that are already made it.
I know I will.
Exactly.
Bro, like I was telling you, I got mentors, that just approached me to mentor me, and like I thought, to me, I'm still like I'm nobody. You know what I mean? And these are guys that run like $6 million to $18 million a year companies, and they're like, here's all this knowledge that we learned the hard way, and we're going to give it to you for free. That's why I stress LinkedIn so much. And it was just off of content that I posted that they reached out to me. And I'm like, all right, cool. I mean, whatever. Let's see what happens.
I was just on the phone with Robert, Jumper King Official, aka Jumper King Official, for like a couple hours yesterday. And he was really giving me some free game. He's a great guy.
He's a good dude. Yeah. I love him and his story, man. He's built something a couple times and he's going to start over again.
Definitely, one of a kind.
Yeah, he's a good dude for sure. So
yeah, when you're ready to get on LinkedIn, man, get on there. Don't be afraid. It's a different vibe. And where I have just I don't know how many people I have on LinkedIn, but on LinkedIn I don't know how many people I have on Instagram, but my LinkedIn is over 4,000, and those are meaningful connections. Wow. Those are meaningful connections to me. Those are all people that
I don't know if you guys saw. I created a second account called Next Gen Blue Collar. So my goal is to use that account mainly for podcasts. So I'm going to try to get young guys or basically anyone do podcasts, shooting podcasts, posting the full ones on YouTube, posting short form on there. Once I get that all launched, then I'll probably post those clips on LinkedIn to keep it more professional.
Yeah,
and that's on Instagram?
What was
Next Gen? That's on Instagram?
Next Gen. Yeah, Next Gen Blue Collar.
Got it. Following.
I mean, and I know I'm past the stage of being next gen and young, but if you ever want me to come on, bro, I'd be down.
Of course, I'll have all of you on. Whoever wants to jump on, shoot me a DM. I have a list full for upcoming weeks.
Nice.
I got you, puppy. I'm following you. Good job.
Let's do it.
You were the first one. Nice. So
he got those quick fingers.
So I won't keep you much longer. It's been 49 minutes. I really appreciate you coming on, man. And I really appreciate what you're doing. Showing off the trades, showing off you learning, being vulnerable, showing everything you do. Even, I will be honest. I show mistakes. I make a mistake. Don't ever try to hide a mistake. Don't ever try to cover it up. If you make a mistake, someone calls you out on it. Verify that it was a mistake and, correct it, fix it, do what you got to do. But just be honest and be vulnerable, because that's going to show who you really are, man. And it's going to pay off in the long run.
Yeah, we live and learn every day. Also, I want to add in to all my young guys out there, absorb as much information as you can, like a sponge right now. Take it all in, ask as many questions as you want. Don't be afraid. Really network and get to know people.
Sweet. We got another question from Gil here. He's the school. Do you think?
Does he think his school's?
Yeah. Do you think your school's preparing you
Does
well?
he
Something
think
he
his
wishes.
school's preparing?
Yeah.
Definitely. Like I said, it's really a great school. We have 50-50 theory, hands-on. We have a few commercial units that we work on. We have a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I seen your walkthrough your video you put the other day. It looked like you had quite a variety of stuff there. So
I'm trying to work and reach out to some companies. Maybe we could get some new equipment donated.
you guys got any refrigeration equipment, or do you want some refrigeration equipment in there? Or?
We have a couple, but we can have.
Is there anything you do want that you don't
upgrades.
have, like ice machines, or what did you have, or what would you like to see that you might not have?
Definitely don't have. We definitely don't have ice machines or any of
Really?
that kitchen equipment. Yeah.
There's a couple of New York companies out there, and you know what? I don't want to throw a name out here, but I'm going to have to. And, maybe he can help because he's in New Jersey and New York's market, and that's Rich Maliki. So he might have maybe a condemned or something that you guys can have. That's he swapped out. So maybe reach out to Rich Maliki because he works in both those markets.
Yeah, for real.
Shoot me his information.
He's on LinkedIn, so get on LinkedIn.
Dude, Rich
that might be your guy right there. Rich likes to help.
Rich bullies people into joining LinkedIn.
Yo, Rich is somebody you'd like to know. That dude's a blessing of a friend.
They're talking about the other Rich is somebody you'd like to know, I think.
Ambassador.
Well, no, Rich Ortega likes bullying people into joining LinkedIn. But Rich Maliki is a good dude, man. He's all about promoting the trades like we are.
Yeah.
He has a family run and owned business where they take care of kitchen equipment, refrigeration, some other stuff. But he's in like the is it Bayonne, New Jersey area?
Bayonne, New Jersey.
Yeah, he's in. Yeah. He's got an office there, and he's got an office somewhere else. But they get around, they do some stuff. So he may be able to point you in the direction, see if you guys can't get something.
And he knows everybody too. So if he can't help you, he could probably
talk about network and net worth. That guy.
Yeah, like if our industry has a Gary Vaynerchuk, it's Rich Maliki for sure.
Yeah, Gary V. If you know Gary V, that's Rich Maliki right there.
Yeah,
just saying.
Hey, blogger threw a good question up in the chat there. If you want to pull it up.
Speaking about Gary V, my mom's boyfriend is somehow related to Gary V, so we're trying to reconnect.
I thought you were about to say your mom's boyfriend is Gary V. I was about to be like, let's get him on the show.
So blogger has a good question. Any weaknesses, anything that you feel you are struggling with in school right now?
Here's a humble question. It's a trick.
That's a tough one because I'm kind of new, so just learning still,
Nice.
I don't really try to let any challenges bother me. I just keep asking questions, like I said, and try to understand everything.
I'm not doing it, Adrian. I'm not doing it.
So I was about to click on that because I don't know what he's talking about.
Do not click on that.
All right. So what's this about? So I'm sorry. I had to. He keeps asking. I don't know what he's talking about. It's an inside joke. Is it about this kid's hair?
I just got a fresh cut for you guys because everyone was complaining about my broccoli hair, so I trimmed it down for you guys, and you're still going.
See, look, it's all fresh and
so fresh and so clean.
Fresh cut.
That's funny.
He's like, bye.
Adrian's just don't take it personal. Adrian's just mad about my Instagram live that I went on.
Oh gosh, I knew it was going to come. I knew someone was going to ask.
You got the '90s boy band shit down.
Oh, no Kraus is in here. That's bad.
It's a perm. Oh my god.
This is great.
It's organic, guys.
Oh, it's organic. Okay. I think it looks good. When he was at the tactical, he was looking so fresh, dude. He was just looking good.
But it makes me wonder now, does he even know what that that you were going with?
No, that's before his age.
Because that's way before his time, right?
So you're going to be in Orlando next year, right? You're going to be in Orlando next year, right?
Of course. I'll be the first
Rich is
one
going to
there.
be there. We're going to, by hook or by crook, we're going to drag him there.
That's my plan for sure.
Because he needs to make an impact in person.
Ben said, "Don't panic. It's organic."
Yo, I need a sticker. Who's gonna make a sticker? Don't panic, it's organic with Young Ryan's cartoon. Yo, patent that stuff, man.
That's the new slogan. Don't panic, it's organic.
At AHR next year. So this is my plan. I just want to put this out there because I got this from HVAC. Was it the Jerks? The Jerks they make different stickers for events, and I thought that was the coolest thing. So I'm gonna make an HVAC tactical sticker. I'm gonna make an AHR sticker. You should make some cool stickers with different sayings, and that don't panic, it's organic would be a great one. You just own that stuff, man.
It shouldn't show his face though. It should be like a highlight of his face, and it's like his hair.
Yeah,
my stickers are gonna say, "I'm silently judging you as a technician," and I'm gonna start smacking them inside the units.
Yours are too deep, bro. You got you gotta think about. I'm just gonna put a picture of you and say HR, and that'll say it all.
You need a confessions of a kitchen hack sticker.
Oh yeah, you ever saw those posts? Did you look them up? My confessions.
Yes, I went through them, dude. I was dying.
Oh man, that was great. that was good times.
You guys are a bunch of degenerates.
I
told you about that, right, Jason? You were there when we was talking about that. Some guy was calling me a hack years ago because I was talking about like replacing, mechanical controls with digital controls and different stuff that I was doing. And this guy's like, "Oh, you're a hack. I make all my money going behind guys like you." So then I just started doing posts and I called them confessions of a kitchen hack. And it would be like documenting repairs that I do.
Oh my goodness.
Ben said you gotta have written consent for that HVAC tactical sticker.
Ben sent me he already sent me the logo. I'm doing what I want with it. It'll be respectful. I promise, Ben. I promise.
Jason won't do anything. He'll get in trouble. Trust me.
Fair enough. I'm faking the funk over here. I'll get pre-written authorization in there.
For real. By the time we're done with this episode, Jason's gonna write himself up.
Somebody has to be this voice of reason around here.
You really do.
Ryan, I apologize for all the craziness between us. We got history. We got issues.
It's all good.
You don't understand.
So that's what kitchen. That's what commercial kitchen
HR
will
guy
do to
to
you.
hire.
Yeah, that's great. All right, I'm gonna shut this down because we'll just keep goofing off for hours. But Ryan, I really appreciate you coming on, man. You want to tell everybody where they can find you?
Yeah, where are your handles, buddy? Lay it out there.
I appreciate all of you. Guys, everyone follow TradesOverCollege and Next Gen Blue Collar. Let's take over the world.
Amen.
Sweet.
Amen. TradesOverCollege, Next Gen Blue Collar. Thank you, Ryan. Stick around.
Yep. See you guys.
All right.
If you guys would, please consider subscribing, rating, and reviewing the podcast. It really helps us grow and helps us know which direction to move in. Also, if you have any suggestions for guests, please email me at commercialkitchenchronicles@gmail.com. Or if you want to be a guest, email me. Love to have you guys on. Thanks a lot. See you next week.